Today I'm going to reveal my top 15 Casios of all time. Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. Now, I review a ton of Casios every year, and most of those said Casios I pay for, before reviewing them. But in this little box is 15 of my favourite Casios I own. The holy MWC Grail. I'm going to tell you why I like these watches. Some are old, some are new. One thing is for certain though, they are all bangers. Plus, don't forget at the end, the wife's going to give her opinion on all 15 watches. Ooh. Maybe it's a good reason not to hang around. Are you top 15 Casio bangers ready? Let's go. And we start off with the iconic F91W. Now, everyone's got to have one of these in their collection. Most people don't end up wearing them, but as design goes, as 1980s go, I think this was first released in 1989. As budget digital watches go, this is the Mac Daddy. Yes, it hardly has any features. Yes, the battery life is about as useful as a bald man's comb. But, it's a rite of passage. Everyone's got to own an F91. My one is a bit special because it was modded by a little company called Pura Customs. But I asked for a couple of little blue and red filters to be put on the LCD display. This is a watch many people own. It's one of the most bought watches ever in the world, but not many have one like this. Next up is one of Casio's first ever Bluetooth connected watches. I think it was around 2010-ish, but this is the STB 1000. Now, this was a new old stock watch I bought at the time. You can't buy this watch anymore. I never knew you could buy it at the time it came out, to be honest. But this has a very unique LCD display, very crisp and legible. I love how the power button starts the stopwatch. There's different noise to it as well. Have a listen. Yeah. Stop. Reset. And it's one of those new looking Casios that, aren't being made anymore, but I know I've got that not many of you have got. Next up, one of the most recent purchases to this top 15 collection, and this is a bargain watch with a hell of a lot of features that the Japanese Casio are hiding from us Westerners. Yes, this is the WS220, and you can only buy it in Japan. And you know why they're keeping it a secret? Because you can get a bargain watch like this that has solar power. Thanks to Discovery Japan, the website, I was able to purchase one of these for around, I think it was just under £40. I did pay a little bit import tax, so you got to remember that. But this is the cool Casio that wants to be a G-Shock but isn't. I love the gold colouring, not only of the text around the resin case, but also the LCD display. But the big reason why I wanted this watch is because it has, as you can see in the stopwatch mode, the running man in the top right corner. Something I've only seen in vintage Casios around the 90s, but to have a watch with the running man on it, well, that's superb for me. Really like the case, decent, solid strap. This ain't going nowhere. Next up, a watch I think you can still buy, but this is the SGW 100. An amazing bargain Casio that has a twin sensor. With this watch, you get a digital compass and you also get a thermometer. Now, this is the only Casio I own with a negative display, and I quite like this one. This is unusual, not just the negative display, but I love the purples and the oranges. You don't get that with many Casios. That bezel with the compass markings on it is stainless steel, and together with the great sports strap, this is a massive win-win for me. Now lately, this watch I'm about to show you has gone up significantly in price, but it is as if the F91W, spent a weekend at Ali G's place, but I absolutely love it. We are talking about the A158W, the gold version pretty much to the F91W. Don't be fooled by its goldy look, that it's just a carbon copy of the F91. It's not. There are significant differences. There's a different coloured LCD display to match the gold of the case, and also we have a more goldy text colour palette with the blue and the red, but looks wise, it's flipping good, isn't it? Okay, the next one is basically the benchmark or the spec setter when it comes to bargain Casio watches. I've honestly lost count the amount of times I've recommended this watch, but functions wise, value for money wise, it's hard to beat. And we are talking about the AE1200, otherwise known as the Casio Royale. Yes, it has a few windows to it. We've got a digital clock in the top left corner, a world map on the right, but I love the symmetry of the 4 buttons. I love the contemporary case. It's slightly bigger than the older Casios. 10 years battery life, 100 meters water resistant, and on this metal strap, this is awesome, you know, and I'll never not have a Royale in my collection. It's sweet!
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
Okay, the next one, well, it's one of the main reasons why I'm into watches as much as I am. I can distinctly remember when I was around 8 years old, going with my mum to the Argos catalogue shop to buy a CA53W. Now, even though this is not the original one that I bought, it is pretty much a like for like of that first release one. Surprisingly easy to use despite the size of the buttons. Its only downside being no backlight, but this watch, it just means a lot to me. It sort of depicts or signifies my childhood. The fact that you could get a miniaturized calculator on your wrist. When I was 8 or 9, that was a big deal. And the little touch of blue and gold in the top right corner, I think it's only 30 odd pounds. This is an icon that you don't have to spend a lot of money on. Banger! Now the next one, when I bought this, it was a very big surprise. It wasn't cheap, but it's very cool. This is my first ever Pro Trek, and it is the PRW-35LD. Now this is your adventurer's watch. We have a digital compass, we have a barometer, we have an altimeter, we have a very clear digital screen, we have 100 meters water resistance. And to top it all off, it's solar powered. Now what is also fantastic about this watch is it glows in the dark without pushing a button. Now I think this was Casio's ever first phosphorescent dial or display. That coupled with the very cool case, the extremely comfortable strap, which is probably the most comfortable strap I've ever had on a Casio. Yes, you might have to spend a bit of money for premium features and premium materials, but it ain't half worth it. And from one adventurer's watch to another, but a more affordable one. This is the FT500, otherwise known as the Forester. It is in fact the only analog Casio in my top 15, but I think this one deserves it. It's 100 meters water resistant. I love the warpiness of the acrylic glass. I love the unique Velcro strap this comes with. I also love the Forester logo. You don't see that in many Casios. And the pièce de résistance, it has a backlight. Check this out. And how glowy is that? But I love unusual Casios. And in 2026, finding unusual new Casios is quite hard to do. So you gotta go back at least 10 years to find a banger. Still available, I think these are.
Hello.
Next up, another bargain banger that stole my heart as soon as I bought it. We are talking about the A158. And again, it may look like the stainless steel chrome resin version of an F91W, but they do look different. The format's different, the text is different. But whenever I see white, golds, blues and reds on a Casio digital watch, I'm like, I melt, you know? Very thin case, not high in the water resistance, not high in the features, but I really do love this H-Link bracelet. You don't get that with many budget Casios. Backlight is whack, but you don't buy this watch for the backlight. You can still buy these. I think they're around 30 to 40 pounds. This is a superb little watch. Next up, the Casio automatic mechanical watch. Yes, I had to be on board and I had to buy one of these to be at the bottom run of what could potentially be a huge market, a huge industry for Casio in the next 10-20 years with the help of a Seiko NH35 movement and later a Citizen Miyota. Casio made their very first automatic mechanical watch. And not only did they make it look very good with the forged carbon dial, the polished handset, the very cool unique case and phenomenal bracelet, but they didn't go silly and charge an arm and a leg. I think this was around 260-70 pounds. The watch looks more expensive, the watch feels more expensive, and for it being the first automatic mechanical watch Casio have ever done, this thing ain't going nowhere and it deserves its place in the top 15. Do you own one? Now yes, I've said it in the past, but if you was to push the nipple of Robocop's breast from his belly, I reckon would pop out something like this. The DBC 611. An evolution or an upgrade, some may say, of the CA53W. Again, a calculator watch, but also a data bank, so it can store names and numbers. A proper smartwatch for its time. The case is absolutely mad. The membrane keypad looks like it would be impossible to use, but it's actually really easy. The bonus with this calculator watch, you do get a backlight. It's not phenomenal, but you do get one. And what Casio don't do a hell of a lot these days is this matte steel looking resin. It goes so much better with the brushed steel bracelet. Don't know why they don't do them more often. If you can find these still for around, I don't know, 50-60 pounds, you've done very well. But this is an absolute calculator banger. Next up, one of my favourite stainless steel Casios of the last 2 or 3 years. You don't hear me saying that often. This is the A1100. And even though it probably resembles more old Seiko digital watches with the buttons being at the front of the case. I mean, Casio do have history with that with the A100, or it was the F100 at the time. Beautiful stainless steel buttons, very decent bracelet with an actual clasp. It's substantial, it actually feels vintage. For anyone that is looking to upgrade their budget resin plastic Casios and want something maybe a bit more dressy for work or a great watch to wear for a wedding, the A1100, and you can get this in a gold version. There's a DLC black version. Fill your boots! Next up, well, this was my favourite beta watch. I prefer this over the F91W. However, Casio, they decided to discontinue any bargain Casio that has an electroluminescent backlight. But this watch is as if the F91W went on a 6 weeks weight gaining program, building muscle, drinking protein shakes and creatine and all that stuff. This is the W86 and I absolutely love it. Does the same amount of features as the F91W with one amazing upgrade, the electroluminescent backlight. This used to be 15-16 pounds. Now you can't get it anywhere unless you pay the dollar. But this is a watch that still should be around today. And we come to the 15th watch in my top 15 collection. By no means least, we have the very unique DW290. Another watch that is discontinued, which I am absolutely gutted about. But this watch, how cool is this watch? Yes, I mean, if you just come away from it a little bit, it does look like a groin protector of Optimus Prime. Huge stainless steel pushers, amazing colouring to the case and to the screen. Love that red framing, reminds me of the first G-Shock Square. Not only that, but this watch is 200 meters of water resistance. That's crazy. Casio don't do that in many watches, not bargain ones anyway. It's magnificent. So there we go. There is my top 15 Casios I own, not including G-Shocks. What do you think of them? And is there a Casio you own that would look good in this set of 15? We kick one out and replace it with your one. Tell me what it is. Now, what does the wife think? So here's my wife's thoughts on all the watches. Now, bear in mind, they're going to be short and sweet. We need them to be with Casio, trust me. Here we go, F91W. Boring, but you've made it look a little bit better. Next, the STB1000. Bit weird colouring. Looks a bit ugly, bit big. Next, the WS220. I don't mind this. The gold's quite good and it's not that in your face. The SGW100. God, what is going on with this one? Oh, looks like a UFO and not a good one. The A159. Looks tacky. It reminds me of a car salesman. The Casio Royale. So many windows, it looks like a house. Don't like it. The CA53W. This is kind of cool. The PRW Pro Trek. This is all right, not bad. The Casio Forester. This looks like a kid's watch, a kid's toy. Get it away. The A158. This looks like something you buy in a car boot sale because you can't buy anything else. The EFK 100. It's a bit blingy for me, but it's quite nice to look at. The DBC 611. It's all right, not bad. The A1100. This is actually heavy. Weird. It doesn't feel like a toy watch like the rest of them. The W86. Kids watch. The DW290. Looks like an awful looking gas mask. Suffice it to say, the wife doesn't love Casio as much as I love Casio, but she loves that I love them. You know, I mean, that's all I'm going to get out of her. Oh, if you have watched till the end, you are legendary. And if you want to show a bit more support to the Mad Watch Collector channel, we've got a Patreon. See the shows early, blooper reels, behind the scene footage, private group chat, and get your name credited at the end of every show, like this wonderful lot. Whoa. But if I've got you for a few more minutes, and I hope I have. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you what. You'll love this one. Go on, click this one. You'll love it. Casios you should own, I'm telling you. Not only these ones I've got, but others. Oh, there's plenty. There's plenty. Once you pop, you can't stop. Go on, click it. Go on. Click it.